You need to be sensitive. Some people have lost money.
At least say the truth. What pushed you to work at that post?
So
say the truth.
So the thing
shame
is
the devil.
So the thing is, like
Malkul Maut.
I started seeing people very close to me, like joining this.
There was a phone call or something that came across your desk when you were minding a business.
Yes. And there are people who are very close to me who are joining this, and they were actually telling me to join it and actually use my influence to make other people join. So sometimes I try to get the thinking process of the people who are joining. The genius about this particular scam was that they were showing the returns up within the app. So you put in like $1,000, then I think it starts giving you a certain amount daily. But this money is inside that
wallet.
That wallet. It's not in your bank account. It's in that wallet. So you're just seeing a number there showing.
You'll experience at least 730% ROI.
In how long?
For Mosh, ROI is return on investment.
In how long?
If you join Lightning Scooter Shared Co., don't ask too many questions. Just join, and the money starts pouring in
immediately.
The following day like magic. Someone explained to me, slowly, like a fifth grader, how this works and where.
There was no money.
No, okay, that's why I'm telling you they were playing with house money.
Yes.
Yani, their money that they put in, whatever it was, that's the money that went. Now the money you think you're getting back is house money.
It's monopoly money.
Rotating, yes, it's rotating hapa tu ndani ya hii app. Lakini haitoki. It's just a number. So unaiona tu.
Yeah. Hiyo ni kama uko na account inasema uko na $5,000 but ukifika Bank of America wanakuambia boss hauna doa hapa. Like hiyo hapo, that's just a screenshot. Hiyo labda ni screenshot ya 3 years back when you had $5,000 but hakuna pesa hapa. And this is the OneMic Show. Karibuni. Why has it become so easy to scam Kenyans in the diaspora? It's become super easy.
Now,
because every so often there's always a scam being discussed.
I think in general for humans it's just easy to scam because of those what are they called? Are they called the soft goals or the get rich quick schemes? Everybody's you want to
every person has their own weakness.
If somebody comes to you and tells you your $20 is going to be multiplied to 40 if you put it in here, a lot of people will go for that.
So before you read,
So with that type of mentality, when you're being brought for these things that have, you're seeing what you can do with the money. It's kind of like the lottery. You go, you pay $1 and you can get, 100 million. People go for those things, and it's just, unfortunately, it's human nature. Now, the difference between those who go for it and those who don't could be either experience, maybe you don't get moved by some of those things, or you're skeptical, or you're just like, apana, if it's too good to be true, then it can't be true.
So why didn't you go for it? Like this particular one, this recent one.
Let me set this precedent. Hold on. This was Ali Badawi's post. June 25th or 25.
So kuna receipts.
So this acronym, LSSC, is trending big time amongst Kenyan women in the US. I am being told you'll experience at least 730% ROI.
In how long?
For Mosh, ROI is return on investment.
In how long?
If you join Lightning Scooter Shared Co., don't ask too many questions. Just join, and the money starts pouring in
immediately.
The following day like magic. Someone explained to me, slowly, like a fifth grader, how this works and where the scooters are being sold. This was Ali's question.
In June.
In June of 2025. Then July 20th,
A month later.
I am being reminded to check how well or poorly this caution against LSSC is aging. A number of influencers, in quotes, and respected, in quotes, folks pushed unsuspecting diasporans to join this gravy train, in quotes. I am here to get testimonies for the newly minted millionaires who've tasted the 730% ROI promised and a taste of generational wealth. And then inaitwaje hashtag comments fupi. And then he follows up July 30th. I am here kindly requesting for updates from those who are asking me to be quiet when I tried issuing a scam alert. How is the 30%, 730% promised ROI and withdrawals coming through so far? I am ready to be laughed at. Now, the previous one that I read, not this one, the other one, there was... I am just waiting for chickens to come home to roost. There's someone who insulted me under a certain post when I asked about its legitimacy, and I'm waiting to go revive it. Laugh. Anyway, I was just reading one comment. So, carry on.
So unajua, when I was making this post, someone told me that Ali, you need to be sensitive. Some people have lost money.
Ali, say the truth. What pushed you to work at that post?
So
say the truth.
So the thing is,
the devil.
So the thing is,
I mean,
like
Malkul Maut.
I started seeing people very close to me, like joining this.
There was a phone call or something that came across your desk when you were minding a business.
Yes. And there are people who are very close to me who are joining this, and they were actually telling me to join it and actually use my influence to make other people join. So sometimes I try to get the thinking process of the people who are joining. The genius about this particular scam was that they were showing the returns up within the app. So you put in like $1,000, then I think it starts giving you a certain amount daily. But this money is inside that
wallet.
That wallet. It's not in your bank account. It's in that wallet. So you're just seeing a number there showing you had 1,000. 2 weeks later, it's now 2,000.
So ni cash up until you cash it into your account.
Yeah. So now, mtu akiona within just a week I made 2,000. Why can't I wait another 2 weeks and now make 4,000?
Yes.
Or even inject in some more money so that this returns zinaweza kutoka nono sasa, zile kubwa. Yes. Now sasa, the reason why I went a bit humorous in the post that I was making, because I was told I was being insensitive because some people have lost money. I realized that people respond better to humor. If I just write one of those serious posts, people will read it, but people tend to have like if people start seeing those funny comments, especially people who've not joined, they'll be like, enyewe mi sitaki kuchekelewa. So atakata kuingia, not because haamini hiyo kitu ina work, but because hataki kuchekelewa. And that's the reason why I think comedians are so influential. So this was just a different tact that I was trying, and you saw, like so many people came in. But there were people who are still doubling down. And the worst part, this thing was brought to the Kenyan community by influencers. We are not gonna be mentioning names. No.
Wanajulikana.
We are not gonna.
Are you scared?
It's not about being scared. Like there's no point in us mentioning a name when we cannot give a right of reply.
Saa zingine wahenga walinena kibaya cha jiuza, right?
No, ni chema cha jiuza.
That one.
Yeah.
Kibaya cha jitembeza.
So
right now
I thought you were trying to end the show.
LSSC inajitembeza.
So I think there has to be some accountability from the influencers who threw this to the Kenyan community. And I think all those influencers with the same level of effort and strength they used to spread this, is what they should use right now to tell people, I'm sorry, if you've not joined, please don't join this. It is a scam. Because people came to learn it's a scam when now people are trying to withdraw the money. So
that portal was not working.
So it was asking for further verification. And then on verification, it was asking for a verification fee.
Of at least $349.
Yes, and that fee, and now people, because now wallet yako inasema you put in 5,000, wallet yako inasema now you have 20,000, inakuuliza utoe 300-400 for verification. From that wallet, yeah. So mtu anaona, okay, that's okay. Let me just pay this 349 so that I can verify. After all, there's 20K.
It's virtual money.
Yes, there's 20K that's gonna come in.
Yes.
Until at some point, I think reality started kicking in. That people have been scammed.
They have been siaked.
And it's in the thousands.
A good one.
So they were playing with the house money inside that thing.
There was no money.
No, okay, that's why I'm telling you they were playing with house money.
Yes.
Yani, their money that they put in, whatever it was, that's the money that went. Now, the money you think you're getting back is house money.
It's monopoly money.
It's rotating hapa tu ndani ya hii app. Lakini haitoki. It's just a number. So unaiona tu.
Yeah. Hiyo ni kama uko na account inasema uko na $5,000 but ukifika Bank of America wanakuambia boss hauna doa hapa. You know, like hiyo hapo, that's just a screenshot. Hiyo labda ni screenshot ya 3 years back when you had $5,000 but hakuna pesa hapa. So I know families and you know, like empathies to anyone who lost any kind of money. You know, like it's never how do I put it? It's never a good thing losing money, especially because we take time, we work so hard to earn this money. But then and the other space that was used was also being pushed in churches. Now this is I'm being told, of course I don't go to church, but I'm being told that this was being pushed also in
I would not be surprised
in churches.
I would not be surprised.
Where people heard about it kwa kanisa yao na wanajua fulani aliingia na akaingia. Now the community that was most affected, which I think most people are not aware of, is the Congolese community, Congolese refugees.
Sasa.
Is that why Francois became a big thing or what?
Yes, Francois was a big deal. Now Francois, nobody even knows who Francois is. Nobody even knows if he's a real human being. He's supposed to be the CEO of all this. There's not even a picture of Francois.
He's the CEO of LSSC or CEO of the LSSC of Congo?
No, LSSC overall. LSSC imeanza hapa. Now hizo zinaenda Congo, those are now branches. Those are different branches, but LSSC ni hapa US. So,
and what about that spokesman that we saw? The one who even came out and had done a video telling people, come, sijui nini. Then he said, me, I was just paid. And staki watu wasemeni mimi.
So I think it's one of the most effective way of scamming people is scam the trusted source. So unaona, if the trusted source comes, you know, like let's say like if you guys trust me and then nimekuja, I've already been brainwashed somewhere. Nimekuwa scammed, and then I come because you guys trust me. You buy in the idea based on the trust that you have in me, not necessarily the idea. So that's what happened. So I think even before this, he was called Professor Eric. Before Professor Eric realized that this was a scam, he had already recruited in so many people, and he was the one who was doing live videos showing how that money is going up.
Yes, and going in the portal and giving tutorials and so on and so forth.
Yes.
Then, but he said he was paid, right? He said he was a paid person or whatever it was.
So what we don't know is if he was paid in the app or if he was actually paid cash money.
Got it.
That's what we don't know.
Got it.
Because if you got paid in the app, then
yuko pale tu same WhatsApp group as the people he was figuring gunzo with.
Yes, kabisa. You know, like hapa Nancy Mirosi anasema we need financial literacy classes. I think this is beyond financial literacy. I think it is the allure that people have of making quick wealth.
You know, the thing is, to me, again, our programming has always been broti makuta.
Yeah.
Or anything kama ikobesha. pesa or an way to get, easy, quick, we are there. And I don't, it's not just us Kenyans. I think it's everywhere. Because now this is clear. This is Congolese.
Sign of the times. Yes.
So I think there's a certain education, and I will agree with Nancy about a need to have financial literacy where you have to understand, or if something is pitched, it has to make sense financially, or the money, ama the return, because 730% ROI, bro.
Okay.
Come on, man.
To a finance person, you'll understand. The 730 is not, but to the regular layman, you just tell them put in 10.
So you know,
but
Omosh, you know what
if you have kidogo financial literacy, if you've been educated. Please, Ali, take over.
You see, this
financial literacy wanafanya hizo upuzi.
No, this quick returns, people will get scammed. You know why? Because one of the things that people were saying, even when it was clear it was a scam, people are asking, kama hii ni scam, how come I am already making money?
I have money.
That is what was being said.
Because it's constant.
And now I think the people who designed this scam understood that part, that a lot of people will come and say this is a scam, so they were like, you know what, let's throw that money
we'll give
inside
out
their wallet.
But
yes,
okay,
so that if they say it's a scam, we tell them, but ndo hii pesa tushakupatia.
Sawa.
Yeah.
Okay, Ali, Nami, I'm picking Ali's brain.
Okay.
As a financial guy.
Okay.
You probably smelt this the minute you read it.
Yeah.
The minute the words were uttered.
Yes.
Forget
immediately.
Reddit. The minute the words were uttered.
And this
immediately was a red flag.
This right here, this is what I'm talking about. Having knowledge or foundational of literacy, because when you have it, it's in you. You've been taught, unaelewa. Like, over time, you understand certain things and certain investments. They make sense. They may not make sense. But there are certain things. Like now, chances are probably at some point in time, this you remember those derivatives.
Yes.
Derivatives. Even Greenspan did not understand them. This is the former Fed chair.
This is during the financial crisis.
He did not understand them. He came out in front of a Senate hearing. He did not understand them. And this is the guy who is supposed
to be protecting us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But now we're talking about something this level. Umse anaelewa. Sasa, even with your financial knowledge and literacy, as a basis of foundation, hapa.
No, I think there's certain red flags.
Are you get what I'm saying?
One of the most basic red flag that anybody should see and understand that this is a scam if it involves recruiting others.
And that is, you see, now you're helping my cause, because
but that's not financial literacy.
No, not even that.
It's just basic knowing a pyramid scheme. That's what I was trying to say.
But there's a financial element to it, because this is money.
So you see,
there's so many things that were happening with this scam. It wasn't just a regular scam. This scam was like fourfold.
So you see a scheme where you're told you have to recruit for you to make money, for you to get you to what level.
There need to be people below you.
There have to be people below you.
I have been part of that. Something called Amway back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah,
I saw that.
And it had another name before that.
Yeah, so you see, it morphs.
Yes.
So it morphs into different names. So that's usually the first red flag. When unaambiwa you have to recruit people, that is a problem. It's one thing if it's a product that you're selling. At least ile ya kuuza kahawa, hiyo multi-level marketing, at least at the minimum level, I'll say, at least there's a product here. There's a product, there's kahawa inauzwa. Sasa hapa they're telling you scooters. Where were these scooters? That's another basic question I was telling people. Please tell me one place.
Try to find them.
If I want one for myself, I want to buy one for myself.
Where will you pata your scooter?
Where can I buy it?
Where were these scooters, by the way?
It was somewhere in virtuality.
They were in virtuality. they were unakumbuka ile game ilikuwaga that app, was it called Sims? These games that people used to play.
Yeah, that used to adapt.
Where you go build a virtual scooter.
Yes.
There was no real scooter. And then now people were being told to open up offices, because I know even people here locally, they opened up now your office. So now these people understand the way African immigrants reason is that wakiona ofisi, because that's part of the other reason.
Wanajua wako ndani kama sim card.
And then they're being told to take a picture.
Human thing. By the way, it's a human thing, because I remember those days of Amway. Mimi nilienda presentation. Now one thing they all did, everybody wore suits. They were all dressed very, very nicely. And then we all went to a house. It was a huge, huge house. It was a mansion.
Yeah.
Okay? That should have been red flag number one.
Red flag, yeah.
But tumeingia. And then, ujama kuna presentation anafanywa. But the presentation cannot be done by the guy who recruited you. It has to be... And there are some other
levels. Levels,
and
my
that
guy.
Chap,
levels.
Ule msewa huko juu is the one who is bigger in the recruitment. Then, strategically placed in this how there's a check. That's
a big one.
It's a big check.
It's a big fat check.
And it's in a glass case.
Inaonekana wewe umeona mavitu wewe.
Let's stick to the program. Now, each check, it says it's made out to the owner of the house. Okay? And it's made out for X amount. X amount could have been 300, 400K, 500K.
No, just tell us what you saw.
But X
what did you see?
No, that check was for like something like, and this is a long time ago, okay? This check was for something like $400,000, okay? Now, your check,
unaambiwa fabricated or not?
Unaambiwa hii hao paliniko, hii ndio check ililipa, hii hao. So mimi nikiwaambia hii story, si ati nawaambia tu nawaambia, apana, here is my evidence. And this is zile siku za hizo maamwe, from back then. And this is 19, in fact, I think that time they were called something different.
No, for me it was Amway, and I think it was about 2000 and
there was another one also called, I think,
7, 8, 9, 10.
Primerica or something like that.
Primerica was the insurance one.
That was the insurance one.
Primerica was the insurance one, yes.
So we're on a 400,000.
But boss, niliona check na naangalia watu.
Ukasema
a lot of them are not,
they're
not colored like me. You know, they are in suits. Magari wanaendesha. Hata wewe unasema, "Ui, mimi ndio huyu nimeingia na uko na Cassandra." My friend, please. Utatoa hiyo so mbili na chwani, hiyo unaambiwa ati hii ndio ya kuanzia, then kuna ka starter packs juu kuje sijui nini, na kuna meetings on Tuesdays na Thursdays, alafu
and by the way, if you don't meet your goal, you have to buy the stuff. So unatumia 250, you buy stuff. I'm telling you, I saw dust your Amway.
Na hapo bado unapiga
that's right, I said it.
Bado unapiga recruitment.
Unajaribu.
Si ndio? And the way you are told is hata siku ile utatoka, as long as hao watu wako bado utapata check yako.
Yeah, the money will still keep coming in. So yeah, but at least, you know, like some of those older Ponzi schemes, at least there are people who are actually making that money. Those people who are on top of the pyramid. Here, Francois, LSSC, like everybody, back even those people on top of the pyramid, wote wameoshwa. They're all waiting, you know, like
and then they were showing videos.
So
you sent me that
money?
TikTok.
Who got this money?
Francois. Whoever Francois is.
Yeah. Francois alipata hiyo pesa.
Yeah. Because so that money, your money.
Is the website still up?
I don't even know.
But
remember, the wallets, I think the wallets are still up. They're still asking people for verification money.
But remember,
money so that they can withdraw.
Whatever has been going on has been so much in the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
At LSSC, like Ali said, even we could not even fertilate.
We could not even fertilate because there was
Marak. There
was LSSC wapige simu kama kuna mtu akona LSSC na alitoa do.
Was that my influencers?
Na alitoa do.
But
do. Si ile do ya wallet do ile imeingia.
There was a guy on TikTok. I'd go, you know, the way you scroll. He was huko, like really an influencer.
Yeah.
Championing LSSC.
Yeah.
He was championing. And if you go to the comments, I will go to the comments and guys are like, this is a scam. Do you what? Like, my friend, tuheshimiane. if you don't want to participate or whatever. And him say he was being brutally,
Yeah.
the commenter was being harshly warned.
Yeah.
Hey, I would like to go back and see if the commenter commented on that career.
No.
Because I know this influencer, I won't say the handle, but I think there's several influencers in America
Yes.
that are silent.
And there needs to be
And they should be called,
accountability.
they need to be called out
There has to be accountability.
because hapa watu wameona vumbi.
What I'm on a vumbi, I know families that have lost more than $30,000 based on
That
this. Yes. Where
Guy
where,
more
where,
than-
where Baba, Mama, and then even maybe the daughter joined. This thing is very serious.
I hope our mom did not try to join that thing.
This thing is very serious. No, definitely not.
Oh, okay.
We
Let me tell you,
No.
accounts were blocked, passwords were changed.
no. The good
I
thing
see, when that phone call came, kuru, kuru, kuru.
the good
Things
thing
were
with our
changed.
mom,
Things were changed.
anything will go through me. But now I'm thinking of those moms who do not have access to
Yeah.
Wow,
But
and a
but
church-
even that's knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge. And again, this is what I was coming. This is why I was pointing out.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
That's why I'm pointing out.
I hear
because even just foundational literacy on finance, that just like, okay, certain things you have to understand. It takes a while to make money. It doesn't take 2 seconds to make $1 million. You have to be cautious. And that's all I'm saying. Like, there has to be some form of even with our kids, we tell them, listen, it's hard. This is this way. This is how you make whatever. You have to be cautious about. You have to analyze. You have to investigate.
But the allure of quick
Unaget.
returns. The allure of quick returns. I think we are underestimating here the allure
Yeah.
of quick returns.
Yeah.
Even to people who have some financial literacy.
Correct.
Why do you think people go to casinos? Why do you think people are always like buying lottery tickets? And these things are very high on demand. People clearly know there's a very low chance, but that allure, so hapa unaona sasa chances, lottery of course,
Okay, bro.
the chances are very low.
Do you buy lottery tickets?
No, never. I would
Okay.
never buy a lottery ticket.
I buy
Are you-
for Ali it's haram.
Yeah.
No.
I
No.
never buy
No.
lottery
Okay,
tickets, yeah.
fine. No, I'm not asking him
Yeah.
as a Muslim, but as a human. Like, would you buy a lottery ticket?
He's the
So-
he's
so-
the Muslim who's the human. but okay.
So you see.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
asking
get
as a
it.
Muslim. But again, my point still reverts back to
Yeah.
financial literacy. No matter how you dissect it,
Savviness, I get
savviness, because
That-
that,
that is-
allows you to assess. You become more. You start. You don't just because unaona Powerball na Mega Ball. That is fine. For Muslim, it's haram. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have $2. I just buy a ticket. I'm not going. I remember. There's a time. There's a guy who would come in and buy $40 worth of tickets
Lottery tickets. Yeah.
every day,
Yeah.
5 days a week.
The allure.
Maybe a Coca group.
Yeah.
Maybe a Coca
And
group.
you see hata
And
kama
I'm like-
hata kama yuko solo, hata
Yeah.
kama yuko
No,
kwa
kuna watu
group.
wengine waga hivyo.
He's
And
living
There are guys
on
who
that
are
hope.
there are
play
guys, but
certain numbers and
Yes.
they're like, I'm
But
always,
there are guys
I
who are
play
gam-
my
who are-
grandfather's numbers.
there are guys who are addicted to that. That's another thing.
Correct.
Gambling.
There are
Yes.
guys who are
Addiction.
addicted, but ask yourself why Vegas is doing so well. It's not all the people who are going there financially literate.
But I'm sorry, but right now,
yeah.
because of Trump and his stuff,
Yes,
they're
of
suffering.
course.
But I agree
Vegas-
with you.
Yeah.
But again, a form of financial literacy that grounds you in understanding money and manipulation or whatever
Yeah.
will go a long way.
It will go a long way.
And that is just my point.
Yeah.
That's
But-
all I'm saying. Like,
but then
if we
you see-
if we teach our kids, because
Yeah.
I was not taught. I'm learning financial literacy by listening to Ali talk about stuff.
But Mike, you see, some of these things, the way they are
Or am I
packaged-
misunderstanding something here?
There's something you're misunderstanding. The way they are packaged, it's packaged as a business. In financial literacy, you're taught that a business is good. So this thing is packaged as a business. We are selling scooters.
Okay.
So that's the part, because remember, this thing has been designed in such a way that they're even considering that the people we are targeting could have some form of financial literacy. We can't just go tell them recruit people. We have to have something here at the bottom to tell them that there's a product that's being sold. This product is being sold online. It's being sold in other countries, so you cannot see it. And then this business is doing so well. That's why you'll be getting these good returns. So whoever is recruiting you is showing you that I have already made this much within a month. So a combination of this is very powerful. Like, besides being into finance, I'm also into stories, because humans relate more to stories than anything else. So you see, these stories are crafted in such a clever way.
They're called narratives.
Because even me, the first time it was brought to me, it's just that I tend to have a very skeptical mind, and I never, however good a product is, I will never go in. I will never go in without understanding it. But I remember the first time I had it, the way it was crafted, I can understand why even someone with some knowledge on financial literacy will get lured into it, thinking that this is something legit.
Again, I think you're helping my point here. In terms of when you understand financial literacy, you also understand questioning. You look at you. There's a seed that is planted where you're like, okay, how does this make sense?
So let me ask you what questions. So imagine, like, you don't know anything about LSSC, and it's been presented to you. What questions would come to your mind first before even you knowing that it's a scam or anything, that there's a scooter business
without financial literacy? Because I don't have. I don't have any.
No, just I'm saying, where you are right now.
Yeah.
So just imagine, like, someone is coming to you and presenting that idea. So from what you know,
Naile portal.
Yeah. From what you know, what questions would you be asking? For example, what questions would you be asking?
How much is the return again? Because remember, the way it has been packaged with minus understanding finance or return on investment or whatever. If without that, I'd be one of the guys who would be like asking, because I'm thinking, okay, I can make money. How much money can I make? At how much can I invest, and what is the return? After how soon can I withdraw? And by the way, when I'm saying can I withdraw, I'm thinking as a person, but I can't.
It. But now that we know,
now that
we know there's difficulty in withdrawing, that's why that question is coming up. So that's why I'm asking you, what would be your first questions where you don't know about issues of withdrawal? It's something you're hearing about the first
I'm like,
time.
How much am I making? How soon?
So what they tell you, like...
but you see somebody who doesn't have literacy.
So they anticipate those questions. They anticipate those questions that you're going to ask.
Exactly. But you see, the thing
answers.
is... they have answers. But this is... The anticipation is for somebody who cannot articulate, who cannot be like Ali. When I say like Ali, knowing, like, like... There's a certain way, like return on investments. Things have to make sense, numbers-wise, money-wise. If I come and tell you and I'm trying to sell you, there's this project I'm trying to have, I'm trying to raise so much money, we are trying to build this or whatever, and then when it picks up, there's going to be a certain percentage. Someone like you is going to be crunching numbers.
But now you see,
part
of what they
tell them. I think we're not. I think there's some. Maybe I'm not. You know what? I don't think I'm communicating my point right.
Yes.
You are not getting me.
No, what I'm telling you, even with financial literacy, you can still get got with these schemes. even with financial literacy.
Question is,
Yeah.
how susceptible would you be to being got
I
if you have
mean-
financial literacy vis-a-vis somebody who is a no?
Of course, the one who has zero financial literacy is more susceptible, but just because
Thank you.
this one is 90% susceptible and you're 50% susceptible doesn't mean you can't get got.
But
And
you're 40% less.
And Sasa, that's where I'm saying it is one of the things they'll tell you, unaona hiyo 730% ROI, there are some stocks within certain crazy periods where they've been going to the moon, they've given such returns within a short period. So those are some of the things that they say, oh, kumbuka GameStop, like a couple of years ago, it was giving certain returns, and GameStop is a legit stock. So those are some of the tactics that I used to show people that in as much as these ROIs look crazy, but they are possible.
Exactly. So if you're in the know, you can look and be like, okay, this doesn't make sense, but let us study this.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, with the knowledge, YouTube anasema nini, because I'm just seeing comments.
No, nani anasema, Gypsy Kwan anasema, sorry, I've not seen gambling ending well in all weak souls. Gambling is driven by greed, then transferred to addiction, hence the illness.
By the way, let me tell you, I was watching a guy, a document, a small podcast on YouTube about. I was watching the rugby sevens sports pesa in Driftwood.
Yeah.
Then Prince Solo. So there was a right next, on YouTube you have. They show you programs on sports pesa, but
yeah.
So there was a guy who was addicted to betting like a nonsense.
It's a serious addiction.
Let me tell you, and it is scary.
It is a serious
because this guy was
addiction.
a successful businessman. He sold a plot for 3 million.
Yep.
And bet it all.
Now that is the other tragedy that's happening. Maybe not so much in the diaspora, but in our community. Some of these remittances that you're sending back home.
It is happening here because there's some guys that I know that kuna addiction ya betting.
No, but you see.
But not to that level though.
But you see, in Kenya, it's been made so accessible.
Yes. Yeah.
Upper, you have to go to Horseshoe. Ama, you have to. There's some, and I know
those two apps. Yeah.
There's some apps where you can do it, but in Kenya, it's made so easy. You can do it via text. You can do it via text. It's made so easy, like you can do it in 1, 2, 3 steps, and you can do it in very small amounts. Niweke 100 bob hapa. And I think, to me, that's one of the reasons why sponsorship, yeah, and with this, I have a conflict of interest. Sports Pesa, Betika, Odibets. I know they were paying a lot of influencers, and now I think there's been an issue with influencers advertising them. But I think these things, they do more harm to society than any benefit they provide to anyone. And to me, it's a biased position. I'll openly, like Minik, you are biased. I openly.
Is it biased from your religious perspective or from societal?
So.
Or a combination?
I will say societal.
So I'll say really okay. You see the difference that I have been, or maybe the different direction I've been taking with these things that tumekatazwa by the religion. Like for a long time I just knew zimekatazwa, and part of the reasoning that ambayo iko sisi tunapok, because like everything tumekatazwa, there's always an explanation on why imekatazwa.
Correct.
So both alcohol and gambling, they're mentioned in tandem. Like especially in the Quran, they're always for the most part they're mentioned together. And I never used to understand why they were mentioned together until when I went to Las Vegas for the first time. That's where I knew.
Then you knew.
That's where I knew the connection. Of alcohol and gambling comes.
Yes.
So part of the explanation is that yes, these things, they do have a benefit, but the small benefit that's in them is far outweighed by the harm that
Correct.
comes out of this.
Correct.
So now,
Harm or potential harm.
yeah, or potential harm. So now, like from that is where I would go and now start looking at the practicality. What does research out there say about consumption of alcohol? What does research out there say about excessive betting or just even betting at large? And I'm like, this just proves this rule that were given over 1400 years ago, but people, because you're seeing what it's doing to communities right now in Kenya, like I don't think there's any family that's not been affected by e-addiction, betting. Like to young people, it's been made very normal. When us guys were young, these things, we did not have any access to any kind of betting. It was very difficult.
The only thing that was there was Kenya sweepstakes, but even that one,
Kenya charity, na hiyo
that
ilikuwa ni
one,
lottery.
Kenya,
And that one was a lottery.
Spot the ball.
Yeah, but ama is spot the ball. But spot the ball, like you were not even paying anything. You would
No.
spot the ball, and then you would send
send
it
it
via
in,
mail.
Yeah.
But sasa, with cell phones, you have a lot of young people who constantly, especially kama kuna sijui games a Premier League ama nini, you're predicting at sijui 3 matches, put in 100 bob. If these predictions turn out true, you might get
you get times 3 or times whatever.
times 3 ama times 10, depending on how
What-
complicated
which
your
box
odds
you
are.
picked, yes.
Yeah, so I think that right there, to me, this is the other crisis that we are looking into. Unakumbuka kama vile tulikuwa na crisis ya alcohol, illicit brew na nini?
Yes.
This is the new crisis that,
And this one
Yeah.
is even worse because your alcohol takes you years. Alcohol takes years before it
Before it becomes an
It takes
addiction.
some
Yeah,
time. It
it
takes
takes
some
some
time.
time.
Yeah.
betting
Instant
You kitu na-
gratification.
ni kama hizi madrugs, hard drugs.
Yeah,
You know that thing of betting. We did Vegas for what, 10 years
yeah.
consecutive, right?
Yes.
Did you ever miss?
No, I never missed.
Did you ever? Oh, well,
Don't you dare look at me.
sorry.
Yeah,
I never missed.
You want
either.
to,
never
you'll
missed
call
that,
Uber.
sir.
You'll call Uber.
I cannot tell you, Ali, that in as much as I was around all of that and I don't have any religious restriction, yada, 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 I don't think I spent more than $30 in all those 10 years.
no, me, I don't think.
Kwa zile machine.
Yeah.
Now, you as I understand, but for me, sina your restriction, sina any.
I know,
you get
yeah.
what I'm saying.
But
And
you did
the
not see.
most-
You did not have any appeal.
The most nilikuwa nawekaga ilikuwa, I think if I spent $1
Yeah,
on a machine, I spent a lot of money. And I would spend it. Once the dollar is gone, I exit. And I was doing zeros at 25 cents.
yeah.
So for 1, 2, 3, 4, if nothing comes back,
Kaende,
I keep
kaende.
moving. So, and I was never ever moved. So at CG pulling that thing down, sitting at the roulette table, CG had to pick CG red, green, blue. And I was never ever moved by it.
But a lot of Kenyans were losing money. There was a lot of Kenyans who were gambling there.
Kwanza after the
Yeah.
hang, that time of tuko pale kwa
Yes.
ile nini. trap.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Because remember, you're on the floor. We were right on the floor, and we couldn't all fit in the trough.
Especially Planet Hollywood.
We could not all fit in that Planet Hollywood place. So kuna watu walikuwa wamekaa, and where do you sit? Right at
And
the machine.
I
They sit right at the
Again,
machine.
Planet
I'm telling-
Hollywood especially,
my friends.
I'm sure they are holding hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of Kenyan money. That in revenue, gambling revenue
Yeah.
of Kenyans who lost money.
na
there.
kuna wale wanaanza vizuri after you come from study, you come ati sijui you've showered ati sijui, then you're like ati as I'm nini waiting for the others, wacha niendelee hapa, hawatoki, wako hapo tu.
this was supposed to be a random Friday.
Sorry.
Kuna comments.
Eh.
Can we read the comments on
Eh,
YouTube and Facebook
okay.
before we wrap up?
How-
we
how
Yeah.
we didn't stop.
ama-
You
Yeah,
still
Gypsy
have-
Kona anasema,
okay.
sorry, I have not seen gambling ending well in weak souls. I think we already read that. And then anasema addiction has been really bad in Kenya. That during Uhuru's time, he restricted their licenses.
Yes.
Warimu says, if someone is trying to sell you a new thing as an investment or business, first check it out on the BBB, Better Business Bureau. Very good. Ask for the books or a prospectus and also their business license. So this is a very good way to check. But Warimu, I'll tell you, the average person,
Again,
Yeah.
if you're not familiar or don't have financial literacy, I will
Yeah.
stick to that point.
Yeah,
Out
but-
of Liza
But Better Business Bureau, I think that's an easy check. That's an easy way to go check. But now LSSC, like anybody who was going to Google it, I would say at the bare minimum, Google this thing. At the bare minimum, everyone was saying it's a scam.
Programming, bro. But anyway,
Everyone was saying
again,
it's a scam.
programming.
But for some reason, and then you see the way they designed it, the way Professor Eric alikuwa anafanya. Professor Eric aliyoshambaka wazungu, cause alikuwa akona hiyo app, anawaambia watu wa download hapo, and then you see the money coming in right there and then.
That guy is going to be on that show,
This is the
American Grid.
This is the most
That guy will be on American
it's the
Grid.
most brilliant scam because, as you can tell, it was thought of by techies.
Yes.
This is not just one of it. Yeah,
No.
These guys sat down as techies and said, "We're gonna present this thing to you in a what is it called? Would I call it a fail-safe manner? A manner when you look at it, you're like, I can see, because everybody's used to a wallet.
fail-safe.
We're all used to PayPal, Cash App, Zelle. Well, Zelle is real money, but I mean, we're used to these wallets, right?
Yeah.
That hold our stuff, or people who are used to digital coins and
Yes.
stuff like that. And you'll only get your return when you cash out, and that's the key. The cashing out is the part where you could never get to do it, but you've already cashed in because you used real money to build your nest egg.
Yeah.
And they played this game to a T.
Yes, and then they would increase your money so much that before you think of cashing out, because this cashing out came in later, because people are like, this money is growing.
Why am I taking this thing out?
Why am I taking this thing?
But now, if, for someone like me, knowing what I know now, if I meet something like that and I join, I'm going in. If I put in 2K and I get 5K, out.
But where they catch you,
you'll never be able to cash out.
But where they catch you, they tell you, ukiingia, they're legit. They're telling you have to be there for a certain period.
For X.
You have to sit for X
the
before
eggs need to marinate.
Before you withdraw.
Hapo X ndio pale
utaumia.
And remember that this thing is going from place to place. So let's say hapa state watu wananungunika, si ndio?
Kongole wameumia.
Iko Zambia, iko sijui nini, and by the time wase wanagutuka, and they may even change this whole thing and it becomes a whole other different thing.
Yes, they may change
they
the
may
name.
morph it.
And
That
then
it's no longer going to be LSSC. It's something else similar, but inaenda ni kama na hiyo speed.
And guess who's gonna give them funding? Unbeknownst to them, because they've come to borrow a loan, a commercial loan. Mwaura Moroki.
No, Maura Muroki will not give.
You guys, do you know that chap of yours? I love him to death now. Lakini
He will not give a loan to people
Mkonogami
who
is
are
not-
going
no.
to create. Let me tell
he
you.
deals with corporate. That stuff has got to be corporate, and these guys have to be legit.
But
and do you
if
know how
Mwaura Moroki
No.
is given a good deal,
Do you know
he'll be
how
like,
much vetting banks do for
The,
money
the
that
level.
Ask this
yeah,
guy.
I used to work in a bank.
Let me tell you, for
Mwaura Moroki, give us that money, bro.
By the
them
way-
to give you that money, the vetting that they'll have, and especially in today's times,
So nasema Mwaura Moroki ni mkono gam.
it's just the way that they've worked themselves as a bank. That's what they've
Yeah.
said. They are not. Remember, they're in the business of making money, not losing money. So they're not giving money to somebody
No.
who is not. There has to be
Those
a
people
return.
will never go
There
to a
has to be a
bank.
return on their money. Yes, they will not. That is why these third-party funders and investors and all of that wako wengi.
Those people will never go to a bank. A bank is the last place you want to go, because kwanza in a bank, if you go and use the money for a purpose that wasn't stated
Federal.
by the bank,
Federal.
you
Cash
hapo
flow.
sasa now you're gonna be dealing with
Federal.
another.
Mwaura is talking about
Yeah.
cash flow.
Feds.
Cash
Yes.
flow.
Yeah.
Feds, my friend. Feds. You
Feds.
don't-
Federalis.
Yes, because
Yeah.
it's a bank. You've robbed a bank.
So you see hapa Gypsy Kona anasema after 5 years contract, Everton FC terminated the Sports Pesa contract due to heavy gambling in Africa. Spain. Remember the time when
Yes, with
the
Shujaa.
time when Shujaa went and they had to
Cover
they had to
their
get
because there's no
jerseys
gambling.
that have because
Yeah.
then they don't allow, Spain doesn't allow gambling on in sports venues. They don't allow gambling and alcohol on sports, within sports facilities, which is very profound. That's a European country, which means there's something that they know about this. that
They may have seen it. They may have seen it in action.
Yes, they may have seen it in action
Yeah.
to the point where they were like, Ikitu, we do not want this to affect our kids.
Yeah.
We don't care
Or
how much money it's bringing
seen
in.
the effect in other countries. They're
Yes.
like, we don't want that to be rolled into ours.
Yes.
We want our stuff pure and clean. Iende tu hivi. Ratiba ni hii.
Yes.
And if you can't stick with this, forget it.
Yeah.
And those guys and their taxes, you don't mess with them.